This campaign was chosen for us by our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/terriblewarriors. If you'd like to participate in the polls that choose our future games, head over there right now. A support of any amount gets you access to those polls. The story that we're playing in is based on historical events. The women of the 588 were very real, and Aaron Pollier, one of the writers over at Star Trek Adventures who we've interviewed several times on this show, has sent us a list of reading material if you'd like to learn more about who these women were. Head over to terriblewarriors.com to the show notes in today's episode for a link to one of those books. This is the final episode in a 4-part campaign, so if you haven't listened to the first 3, maybe go back a couple episodes. We'll still be here, and our women are the 588 Night Bomber Regiment, whom the Germans called the Night Witches. They are our terrible warriors.
Hello there, terrible listeners. Welcome to our final episode this month in this current campaign. We are playing through Jason Morningstar's Night Witches. It is an interesting game, to say the least. Set in World War II, we are following the journeys of our airwomen of the 588 of the Soviet Air Force, otherwise known by the Germans as the Night Witches. They flew in World War I era biplanes. Sometimes they didn't even have bombs to drop, and they would just drop rail ties. Everyone wanted them to fail, and they succeeded anyways, just like we succeeded last night in our second bombing run mission. This game runs on day and night cycles, and we are now dawning on the third day, the inspection by the general, and there's some surprises I've been keeping up my sleeve since the beginning. I cannot wait to ruin your evening. Here I am, not alone, but surrounded by my brave women of the 588, our intrepid ace pilot, who's probably up for another promotion soon enough.
Should be.
Miriam Pomelova, played by Joe Drummond.
And coming out of the hospital in time to get on those crutches to be there for the inspection with the general.
Neil Tavares with Valeria Kazakova.
You don't need to walk when you're sitting in a plane.
It's true, you don't.
I mean, you kind of do need to have strength in your legs, but that's...
Like mine.
Yeah.
You know,
Technicalities.
Arms are good too, though.
And our Sparrow, who's holding on.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
The skin of her teeth.
My hands might hurt, but they don't. My hands might be black, but they're not as black as my cold, dead heart. I'm Joshua Barbeau, playing Marina Tsetkova, a very, very broken character.
She's never going to love you because she's not gay.
Yeah.
It's just not personal. It's just... She just doesn't see you that way.
I feel like Lyra, like while in the hospital bed, be like, you know, it's
I need
gonna
some.
work.
You
I need
actually-
some makeup sex.
During this morning briefing, if you want to reach out
Or I need
to
some
your fellow
rebound sex.
airwoman beside the bed,
Yeah, let's.
we
let's
can
do a bit of a
absolutely
reach
roleplay.
out.
We'll go to the
Yeah.
briefing in just a moment. I like this.
I need
So
some,
let roll before you roll the dice
Yeah.
here.
I need some consolation here.
How's it going? Do you have any regard for the Sparrow?
I don't have any real regard for her for the
Yeah,
most part.
okay.
I mean, last mission.
Excellent.
I don't know that I have the same amount of thought that it was all her damn fault per se, because I made my choices too. And my choices cost us the plane as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I have any
So
regard towards
she's
her.
wheeled in on a bed right next to you, and
Yeah.
her hands are all bandaged up from frostbite, and her eyes are being bandaged closed too because of like all the damage, and it's just they're putting on her an IV drip, and
I feel like this, like, you know, especially that, it would have been like after hours of conversation to be like, so why in the hell would you have risked your fingers in your eyes? Like, what could possibly have been so worth it to damage yourself so much?
Well,
she was worth it.
yeah, she was.
And all Lyra hears
She
is
was worth it.
straight girl. And Lyra's like, oh no, Sparrow. You can do this. You could do this on your own. This isn't going to happen. Focus on the mission. Focus on yourself. Get this thing done.
Well,
There's no time for that. We just got to survive till the next day.
Did I ever tell you why I'm here in the first place?
No, this is probably the most we've discussed things.
We've never talked to each other before this day. We've served for a year in the same section, and we've never actually had a meaningful conversation.
I probably wouldn't be too into conversation if it wasn't for the fact that I have to stay in this bed.
Well,
That's a mood.
I was in love with a girl, and she was in love with me, and it got out.
Uh-huh.
It got out, and in a bad way, and then I denied it because I didn't want the attention, the negative attention, and they put her in a hospital, and not me.
So you got some like survivor's guilt. Yeah.
So I came here, because I didn't think I would live very long. But then I found I don't have the stomach for battle. And then there's that thing that happened on my,
you mean on your watch?
Yeah, that thing that happened where I was the escort and I'm the only one that survived, and they promoted me for that, and they say I was a hero, but, I really wasn't. I'm just the one that...
And the nurse is like, stop crying through your bandages.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, Sparrow. You can either continue to feel sorry for yourself or just own up. We got the eyes of every single male in this country just waiting for us to fail. So you can
I
give
don't
them a
care
reason.
what the males think.
Well.
We want to roll to reach out now?
Yeah.
I'll give you a +1 on that as an assist because it sounds like Sparrow wants you to reach out too.
What is it plus?
It would be plus regards.
Plus
which
regards?
you don't have any for
so
her.
I don't. But that's about it, right?
But
Yeah.
you get a +1.
But I got a +1, so that brings me up to 10.
So choose 2 from the following. Remove harm from you and your friend. Change the target and or tone of a currently filled regard slot. You don't have any regard slots opened, do you?
No, I don't.
Can he change one of mine?
No. Add 1 to the mission pool. So it'll be each of you removing harm and adding 1 to the mission pool.
I'll do the mission pool.
I'm so excited about the mission pool.
Yeah, you're ready for this.
I'm so ready.
You're ready. You're in. You're ready. You can just be the GM.
So, and my rest got me all my harm reduced anyway?
Well, your rest got 1 harm reduced, and then this other got your harm reduced, so you're down to 1 harm.
1 harm. Perfect. There we go.
So you're feeling good, and then you've got your harm is down to 2.
Right.
So your harm is low enough that you could break out of hospital.
I break out of hospital.
for the inspection. So we'll break out of hospital after the briefing, of which Miriam, you are the only one who's actually in there. Well, that isn't an NPC, and you're brought in, and the new senior lieutenant just seems happy that promotion was not gone to waste.
Okay.
And is you keep this up, and there might be a medal, coming your way again. I'm
honored.
Did you have what was your role? Any of your advances?
Yeah, so my
was for
role
saving
to
a
advance
life?
was saving a life.
I'd like to think you saved many lives last night. I mean, they all lived, but you didn't really. Doesn't really work out that way. You also have a chance if you want to change your role around for this last session as well. If there's something that you feel like you would rather focus towards. Yes, Neil?
I came back from the dead, which
Yeah.
gives me an advancement.
An advance. And would you like to medal?
I'm going to medal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
They saw my limping ass cross over
at
that
the briefing
threshold.
tonight, the section leader will award you a medal at a ceremony. There's even a citation for them to read, and they will be reading whoever the section leader is. It's probably still going to be you, Miriam. You will read a citation for Lyra.
I'd be honored.
For Lyra, and you also read out
You say
the
that a lot.
reasons why she has the why the medal.
Okay, I'd like to change to zealot if that's okay.
Okay, so leading up to party ideals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the zealot advances whenever.
I point the NKVD at another airwoman. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Foreshadowing. So the general will be coming in for an
Can I
inspection
also change
of
my role?
the base. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm no longer a leader. Nobody's under my
Yeah.
command.
They allow you to change your role between sessions. So for us, I'd let you change it between hours, especially for the last hour.
I'm gonna become the dreamer. That's where I should have been.
Right from the beginning. You've
Let's
just
be honest.
you've been denying your role in this world.
Yeah.
So the general will be showing up for his inspection before the women go to sleep, before the afternoon, midday. Be any minute now. They're expecting their arrival. There will be an inspection in the airfield this morning. Everyone is to be there in their uniform best and standing ready. So it will hamper any other activities you would need to get done, like repairs and stuff, because you will need to make time for the inspection, or else it will be noted if you miss that.
Our plans are fine.
So on my way to the inspection, I very quickly write a quick little note that says, I think there's something missing in your record of what happened 2 nights ago. And I sign my name, and I hand it to the logistics and training officer as I see her.
Mm-hmm. And the training officer gets this, goes like, oh, well, I had this for you. I'll take this letter and deliver it. The mission went so well, and everyone's got their eyes on you, so you'll be responsible for tonight's talent show.
Excuse me?
Well, someone at the 218th thought that it would be a good idea to lift morale and entertain everyone, now that the general's going to be here for the inspection, that this evening that all the women put on a show for all the men as a talent show.
Forgive my insolence, but aren't we flying tonight?
Oh, yes. Yeah, this will be right before your mission. Before
Okay.
you, after the briefing, before you fly out, there'll be a show to do, and then you'll be off to do your job. No one's getting a day off.
No,
But,
I didn't think so.
It will be because there's a recreation time that's set aside every day on your clock. You'll see right after, right before dusk, there's daylight. There's a recreation time just before the briefing. So you land, you have your morning, you do your repairs, you go to sleep. You have a moment of recreation, and then dusk and night. So recreation time tonight, we won't be eating and writing letters and spending time with people. It will be tonight's talent show
For the men.
for the 518 and for the general. Among the all-male Night Bomber by staging a talent show or dance mixer in an old barn on the airbase. Participation's mandatory, and a bad show will reflect poorly on the regiment. So get the girls ready. And she is passing the buck on to you.
I'll do my best.
And get them around. I mean, Lyra spent a lot of time. One of your section mates. She spent a lot of time with the girls a few days ago. They were sharing letters and stories. So that's probably a good. You want a nice social butterfly to help you out with that. And I hear she's going to be discharged from the hospital today as well.
I'll see what I can do.
So the two of you, you've got a talent show or a mixer. It's up to you to decide what that is. There's a barn, and there's a general, and there's the 518, and this will look good on the 588 if they can just get along with everyone.
I'll do my best.
Everyone in this room was just like, "Oh my God, Justin, why did you pick that threat?"
Oh no.
The quest is men are assholes. It's actually written there on the top.
Oh
of the page.
boy, of course.
I'm planning on throwing a slam poetry night.
Was that around?
By the way,
I don't
it is
know if
now.
beatniks were there in the 40s in Russia. You know what? Many of the women there would be happy to have a nice hoedown, do some, get some music playing and dances, and I mean, the town hall dance is
Not
a
this woman.
time-honored tradition, going back. And Vera was there. Vera would be really like, yes, finally, I'll get to meet my husband. And I can't be the only Vera in this regiment.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Yeah.
If Vera was here, she would have made sure it was one mixer.
Well, no.
Marion.
Miriam is straight.
It's true.
Maybe she
Yeah,
wants
but also like a career woman. Like you want to just fix your planes and go back and kill Germans. Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, so you got a major distraction today. The inspection is going to be happening soon, and then after that, I don't know how you're going to do this.
I don't either.
have an
It's
answer
going to
for
be
it.
great.
Yeah.
And I
So-
also just passed a very important note
Yeah.
to Masha.
What do you do now?
So
You've just this piece of paper. Okay, what do you do?
I go see how Lyra's doing.
Oh, and I guess I can give you the mission outline as well for tonight's mission because you still have a job to do.
Oh no!
So you can have we finished mission B, so we have 4 other options still.
All right, so I'm gonna go walk over to Lyra to see how she's doing.
So Lyra, where are you? Where do we find you now?
I feel like probably just grabbing it. I guess would I be having time to like eat or something like that, or am I just basically getting discharged?
There's the women were fed 2 meals a day, and this would be where supper is served in the morning, and then breakfast is served at dusk. So supper is being served right now for all the women who've just come back from their missions.
Okay,
and yeah, that's happening now. It's like a porridge oat bowl of something, and that's being served. And tonight, I mean, dinner is instead apparently going to be there's a party going on, and I mean maybe that means we'll get to eat some of the food that the 518 gets to enjoy, candied apples and
maybe some actual real food, not just
some
this
vodka.
mush.
Like this will be a good night for some drinking. It'll be
vodka.
Yeah, actually, this would be if you really want to put on a good show. There's a scrounge skill that you could spend to find all the party supplies.
Okay.
That's a really
Like
good
vodka, sugar, start bartering with people, getting things ready to get things going. Unless you want to put on a talent show, which would be slam poetry in this case, where you all go on a stage and not all of the women in this regiment are going to be as inclined, and having them go up and like read, like they're just going to end up reading nursery rhymes, and then some of them are going to get a little bit more raunchy, and others are going to want to sing a song. My dad thinks I'm a great singer.
I'm here for the raunchy limericks.
Yeah. So I'll have you write all of them for us.
Perfect.
Yeah. But if you'd like to scrounge for materials for the party, that would be one way to, because you don't have any supplies. You have an empty, worn-out barn from that burnt-out village on the edge of the airfield, and that's it. That's literally it. There's nothing. There's nothing there.
Okay.
And you want to make sure, even though this sucks, that it looks good on the regiment. Yeah. So Lyra, you're coming out. You got a bowl of porridge in your hand.
I'm still like mid, kind of like, hey.
How are you feeling?
A lot better than yesterday.
Okay.
I suppose.
Oh,
Which is not a huge advancement, but
I take her hand and I'm like, I'm so glad to see you here. You have no idea. Well, I mean, I'm actually probably do know how happy I am.
Yeah, I do.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty happy myself. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
What can I help you with here?
So, like, how are you feeling? I don't want to ask too much.
I'm okay. I'm all right. We can do this. Yeah.
So, we're supposed to be throwing a party for top brass today.
A party.
They could have given us notice, anything.
So, as if bombing towns wasn't enough, we had to entertain the men.
Yes, exactly. We have to be the party commission.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
It does show the more superior sex, doesn't it?
We get our shit done, indeed. So I saw you kind of conversing with some of the other women. Like, you're much more social than I am.
I mean, I think you have a better idea of how that went than it actually did, but I mean, I can take a go at it.
You've got a lot of luck now, though, too. So
I do.
That scrounge roll will be much different.
Yeah, would you... do you know anyone that has any kind of singing talent or musical talent?
Like slowly pawing at like her. Please help me.
Please help! I don't know what to do.
I feel like
know how to fly planes.
I feel like she like takes her hands like both together.
I have no friends.
Yeah. Lyra takes both of her hands together and is like, "We'll get this done.
Okay.
We'll release some of the stress for you.
Thank you. I really
we'll make
appreciate
it happen."
So, do you want to begin scrounging around?
I'm going to begin scrounging around. And I feel like
and you're gonna be with her.
Yeah,
you're gonna help. So your assist will give you another +1. So you're rolling +3 on scrounge.
+3? I got 13.
All right, cool.
We got this.
Damn. So, on a hit, you get what you need. Add 1 to the mission pool. Add another mission pool. Things are looking very good.
I am
so
inordinately excited about the mission pool.
I feel like not only did I manage
to
find enough of the people that have talents to put on display.
Yeah.
But Lyra reveals the fact that she plays piano. In fact, her granddad taught her.
Would you play?
Absolutely.
And this is as you're scrounging through that burnt out village, you go outside the airfield and you're looking around and you find a piano that survived the bombing.
How did this even survive?
And that's when you reveal the secret. And like, we'll just move this over to the barn, get the other girls, to help, and it'll be wonderful. And
we can do this. We can knock this out.
And
of the
you
park.
rolled a 10. You rolled a 13. One of them's got a stash of vodka and candies they've been holding on to from their rations in their bunk, and they're willing to. They're willing to pitch in because Lord knows we're going to need to be drunk tonight anyways, and I believe was the exact word she said. And but then while this is happening, though, as you're making your way back, really feeling successful, as you're coming back into the airfield, you see a crew of engineers rolling barrel drums of engine lubricant. And it's clearly not their engine lubricant because you're a grease monkey, Miriam. You recognize this is stuff from your side of the aerodrome. It's your equipment, and it's broad daylight, and they're just taking all your lubricant over to their engine lubricant. They're just making off with it.
So
they're from the 218, and there's like a half dozen of them, and it's all of your barrels of engine lubricant, and they're just rolling it over away with it.
Are we both at this? Like this? Did we both see?
You're
this?
Both walking in as you just see this. They're just rolling it right over the tarmac over to their tents.
So I start walking up to them and I say, "Ayo, is there?"
And there's some of the other girls are with you who've been helping, been going through the buildings and like making the plans.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Looking up. What do you think we're doing? We're borrowing engine lubricant.
I don't think that's how engine lubricant works.
No, it clearly doesn't look like borrowing either.
We have an important mission tonight, and the general needs to be impressed, and we're sending it all up, and we need more. The supplies are slim, and we obviously take priority around here.
You need
and they all laugh at each other. So, what do you need? You mean if you want a little bit of lubricant?
I believe you need to take this up with your superiors. Is what I think you mean to say.
And
I feel like what you're doing,
and one of the engineers comes around, and when you say superiors, and he's not an engineer. Oh, he's a senior lieutenant himself. And he goes, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll ask one of my engineers. Hey, Boris, and one of his superiors is right there. It's kind of like that joke of like, I'll talk to the manager, and the manager's standing right next to him. And he goes around. It's like, we're commandeering this engine lubricant for our planes tonight. And you girls have a party to go to, so we're really looking forward to a good time tonight. And they'll start laughing and joking and whistling, and they know they're stealing it. They don't give a shit.
I'm gonna try and act out here. I'm gonna act like a hooligan. I'm gonna step right up in front of this frail little garbage of a human being and say, "Oh, how nice of you to take it from the women. I guess you couldn't take it from the men, could you?"
Roll. So that's guts, right?
10. No, it's not guts. It's luck.
And the thing is, backed up by the other women behind you of the 288, they all start going, "Oh!" and the other guys, they start laughing at the oh, you know what? Let's make him a captain. They start laughing at the captain as well. They're like, "Oh, I got you real," and they cross party lines over and they start mingling, and the mixing has begun. That they're all looking forward to tonight, and people are, and they start, and he's just humiliated. And in that, I guess some of the others, they start taking the engine barrel. They don't even fucking put up a fight, like whatever. They're just used to taking because they can. Mm-hmm. And the minute, like, all right, it's only engine lubricant. Because they've got so much of it. They're living they have all the resources. You're the ones living off of scraps. Yeah, you got to fight for everything you've got.
Right. So am I choosing?
So what do you
two
do now? So you get to choose two when you on a 10.
I'm going to make him absolutely give what I want.
And what do you want?
I want those barrels back.
Okay.
And I want him to slink away.
Yeah.
Like the garbage that he is.
Yeah.
And I think as much as I want that extra pool, what do you think about ensure there are no consequences?
And tonight, he should be singing a song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I think tonight we could talk about your talents, and perhaps you should make a performance. I insist. And I will ensure that I have embarrassed him so thoroughly that he doesn't even want to repeat this situation ever again.
Yeah, he's going to do whatever it takes so that this doesn't get off of base.
This is a woman's base. He just lives on it.
Yeah.
So that all happens. So the inspection for the general is going. You don't waste any time. You didn't lose any time. Is there anything else you want to do?
No,
before the recreation time.
I think I've done enough.
I think I probably want to go see if who did I slip the note to? The training officer that I slipped the note to. If she's kind of has anything to talk to me about.
I mean, she doesn't have any. When you see her, she's just busy. I mean, like the general is here, and you're at the inspection happens. You're all standing at attention. He goes up and down, and it's just we'll hand wave that. And she doesn't have time for this. Talk to me at the mixer.
Okay, I can do that.
And how are you doing there, Sparrow, in hospital?
Well, I mean, I just spent the day in the hospital, correct?
Yeah, your harm's down to 2. So if you wanted to break out, you totally can.
Yeah, but I think
you're not crippled.
I think I should. If I stay in the hospital all day, could I get my harm down to 1 or no?
Yeah, but you'll miss the party, and you'll miss the general, and
I need to get inspected by the general. Does the general?
Well, the general, the people in the hospital beds aren't going to be like, he inspects the beds, and he thanks everyone for their great bravery and service to the motherland, and your sacrifices will never be forgotten. You'll be written into the annals of history.
No, they won't.
And you are all heroes.
Well, thank you, General. I don't even get up, but I can't get up.
And if you wanted to get out of the party,
I want to get out in time for the party, but I think
you'll stay
the day in the hospital
harm.
until the party.
Yeah, so you'll remain at 2 harm if you go to the party, and if you miss it entirely, I'll let you show up for the mission tonight. So you head out. You have your rest, and the day is now coming into the afternoon. It's time for the recreation time, and are you at any harm?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, any harm? You're at 1 now.
Yeah,
that was a lot.
Slept.
That was a lot of emotional labor and work, and
I did a lot
times and setting up an entire party from 0 to hero. And are you at any harm there? You're at 1, so yeah, that's good. I want to just be like a nice 1 level. And so what do you do here at the party? What happens?
So I'm gonna go talk. I want to go talk to the trainer.
If we had another day to record, that would be leading up to an informal interview that you would have in the morning.
Okay. Cool.
So she's passed the letters on to the appropriate authorities, and she kind of posed, said, you really should not have written that. And have a good party. She walks away.
Thanks.
Oh no, what did you do?
It's just don't rock the boat, but you rock the boat. And they've already dealt with an issue with this section and this squad, and squad commander. Maybe not draw so much attention to you.
Someone got fired over that yesterday.
They didn't get fired. No one gets fired.
Transferred.
She got transferred to heavy internment camp. So that sucks.
But it was the wrong person.
So the party
Who was
is
the
happening.
right person?
The threats of the party. You dealt with the
Maybe.
threats pretty great there. So kind of want to just give this to you. This party's going to work the way you want it to. So. Nice. How do you set this last night up before your mission as you head out, and then you're going to tell what mission have you chosen for them, and maybe you can work your informally. You can work a briefing. Like you're not going to talk shop at the party. You're all taking a moment to escape, but
So please feel free to veto this because I'm not sure it works very well with the whole party thing, or maybe it works very well for the whole party thing. There is an attack on our airfield.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So is that the mission?
That's a mission. It's C.
The
Attacking
airfield is
your
hastily
own airfield,
evacuated.
hastily
and then we have
evacuated, now
to
being
defend
overrun
it.
by the enemy. German troops are on the ground and preparing to land aircraft, which would be a disaster. The 7 to 9 consequence when wayfinding on this mission is always enemy fire. Anyone participating advances. So that will happen then. The middle of this party is going to be interrupted by air raid sirens. And of course, you're outside the base at the barn, so you're going to have to run to your plane.
Before the sirens go off,
Yeah.
can I go find Miriam?
At the party?
At the party.
Yeah.
Because it's a party, and it's the perfect time to...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And and there are men who are interested in you at this party.
Which I've been flirting with.
Yeah,
Of course.
The vodka flows, and the folk songs are sung. And
Yeah.
dun, da, da, 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 dun, dun,
So,
dun,
hey,
dun.
Miriam, I just wanted to have a chat here at this party.
Hi.
Hi.
Awkward.
Yeah, I feel like this.
No.
I feel like I made things awkward,
Yes.
and I just want things not to be awkward. So I
Thank you.
So then,
I wanted to apologize,
I appreciate it.
and and maybe, and this would be a great time for the sirens to go off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right when I'm.
And there's like running and marching and there's some yelling and the spotlights are turning on and you're still trying to talk, but it's kind of harder.
Also,
Keep talking, Joshua.
I just wanted to,
okay, thanks. Don't be stupid tonight like you were last night. And she runs away.
And you're all you're making your way, and as you're going up the airfield, like bombs are dropping onto the tents and onto the hangars, the NKVD office, and there's explosions. There's there's gunfire around the perimeters, and you've just got like whenever you see anyone, they're just like get to the planes. We're making it up, and you need to you're need to take out the enemy that's encroached over the front line and is trying to take out your air force for the successful bombing runs that happened the previous night. What do you do?
Oh, my character's a coward. So I'm not sure that she makes it.
You're the
to
section
plane.
head too.
Yeah.
You need to find your people and get them into your planes.
So,
Because this evacuation is your briefing. So who do you want in the planes, and you need to get them?
so I don't know if Marina's in any shape to fly.
Mm-hmm.
My hands are bandaged up still.
So, and I look at Lyra.
Lyra.
How's she looking?
I mean, tired but eager, and certainly right now fired up.
Absolutely.
So I
mean, how are you looking? Why am I answering that question?
Exactly
for you?
that. I
Jesus.
was basically going to answer the exact same thing. Like, she's ready to go. She's a little on the tired side, but
You see, that's
who
how
isn't fucking
introspective I
tired?
am. That's how
Yeah.
I'm paying attention to my players.
Exactly.
So
you just see it.
I point at you. Get a pilot. Get in the plane.
Awesome.
All right.
I need to find myself a navigator.
Yeah.
Well, I could do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I could do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I could do
You
it.
can't use your hands. All right, fine. Get in the plane. Wait for me. I'll be there in a minute.
I'll get in the plane.
There's bodies on the tarmac, and there's people lying around. It's hard to tell if you recognize any of their faces.
Out of the people who are kind of standing and running around, do I recognize anyone else from my?
I'm just only the names I'm remembering. I'm like Eula.
Okay.
Julia.
So
Yulia's running out of her tent with another member of the 218.
okay, I tell
And
both
he's
of.
pulling his pants up and trying to
Okay.
get going, and says he's trying to make it to his plane.
Of course.
I just pick one for the person who I'm finding, or
Yeah, it's fine. Like
Maybe
we
you don't
haven't
have a
really
navigator.
named a whole lot of
You
them.
can fly a 2-person plane with just one person.
It's really whoever you can grab. So
Okay.
who do you see as you're making
I
your way
just
to the
grab
plane?
Natalia. I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah,
Natalia,
Natalia. Yeah.
get over here." Go ahead.
And I tell Yulia to find a navigator and meet me in the hangar.
And Yulia will find she'll find someone who can get on the plane, And the engineers have already they're pulling the plane out, and they need to get them off the tarmac. They need to get them into the air. They'll be safer in the air than they're just sitting ducks right here. And so you the three of you get into each of you you're in the same plane. You and Sparrow, and then and we find our owl in another plane with Natalia. And so you head up. Wayfinding now.
Now what would happen if we stayed on the ground to fight the ground troops? This game is purely like in the planes.
Well, this is your mission. Is your pilots, and your mission is if you stay on the ground, you can't help anyone. You're not infantry. They need you to take the bombs that are already set for tonight's payload to take out the ground forces that are coming in around this thing. Take out a bridge, maybe that they're crossing over from Krasnodar, or drop bombs on the other troops, the vans that are coming in, and just harass as much as you can. So that would be your target. The target, let's make that, it's the bridge that they're bringing the reinforcements over. They need you to take that out now, which is unfortunate because that was a bridge they were using to evacuate Russians further from the front, and they need to take that out because the Germans have crossed over. So bomb the bridge, and that's where you can help. You can't help on the ground. All you've got is a pistol, and even then, you usually only ever have one bullet in it. So you head up there. Who's your wayfinder? Is it going to be Sparrow?
It is going to be Sparrow. Sparrow
doesn't need to go through the maps because you're not flying very far. You just need to find the location and give compass and cardinal directions. So that doesn't need a whole lot of finger work. So rolling this, keeping in mind, which I really like, 7 to 9 will always result in a enemy fire trigger.
Got it.
In this particular one.
Skill-based thing?
So it's a skill-based. Wayfinding is skill-based, and we have 2 points in the mission pool.
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a 10. Oh, hey. So you find it. On a 10, you find it and line up a textbook approach. So that works out very nicely. So Sparrow actually is not messing around with you. Who's your Vedamaya? It would be Neil, your escort, or is Neil doing the...
No, I had my own. You mean the what I'm
Well,
doing?
our section lead is
right.
assigning the role. So you have a Vedamaya, and who's doing the attack run?
What's your guts?
1.
Do you mind if I do the attack run?
Go right ahead.
Thank you.
So you'll be running escort. So keep in mind there, Lyra, you have 1 hold that you can spend at any time to change the consequences and take it on yourself. You're protecting the other 2 planes.
So did we make it into the North Star, or am I just in a random plane?
You made it onto your North Star. You're on your reliable. She's there. She was waiting for you. Yeah, she's reliable. That's her personality.
My plane.
So bring this into your last attack run.
All right.
You find the bridge. You got it. The troops are moving across it. If you take that out, the infantry that are at the Air Force should be able to hold off.
All right.
And meanwhile, the 218, the old men regiment, are taking to the sky. They're dogfighting around you, and they're taking cover, and they're dealing with the fighter jets that are trying to hunt you down. You just need to do the bombing.
Let's do the bombing.
Can I help her in some way?
You can. How? You just tell me how you're helping.
There's no bad guys. We're just trying to hit the bad guys are on the ground, right?
There's bad guys in the air. There's bad guys on the ground. There's bad guys all around. You just need to get to your target and take out the bridge.
All right.
And whenever you fail any of those rolls, or even get between a 7 and a 9, we will engage in enemy fire. So far, the wayfinding has worked so well that you were able to evade enemy fire. If you had rolled a 7 to 9, you would have still found your target. We would have been rolling when your PO2 is hit by bullets or flak.
And
so in this case, it's
I don't know if I
bullets.
can help with the dropping of the bomb, but like if we do encounter enemy fire, can I be ready to do something then, or is that okay?
Yep. You don't have like a machine gun on the back of your
No.
plane or anything, but you can. You've got the throttle that you can help co-pilot and assist and get a little stronger. And,
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just keeping my eyes on the skies.
Yeah, you're keeping an eye out. And in fact, you are assisting. I could let you assist +1 by keeping an eye out for other things. And so that's allowing you to keep focused on your target,
All right.
Miriam.
I'm looking. It's all for the bombs. All right. Come
You got 2 in the mission pool. You got an assist and got guts.
She rolls a 4,
4,
6.
7, because
7?
we're in the
Yeah.
North Star.
Yeah. Plus guts.
Sorry, no, that's already plus.
Oh,
I rolled a 4.
4.
I
Plus
have
2 is
2 for my guts.
Yeah.
6.
I have 1 for the North Star.
7.
And plus 1 because I'm giving you the ability
gives
to
an 8.
focus.
8.
2 for the mission pool. We'll bring it to 10.
Let's do that.
On a 10, I really want this. Like for a climax, it should be something terrible should happen, but it's only just going to be victory and glory.
I'm
So,
happy to let something terrible happen to my character.
It's all right. On a 10 plus, your payload connects. Choose one from that list.
All right, let me find the list again.
Yeah, it's on your night side.
All right.
Looking for those night
I really
moves.
want a mark on my character.
I know. You can tempt fate. I don't know what are you thinking out of the box? What do you want to do that would tempt fate?
Ooh.
We'll worry about that right after we hit the mark because we
Yeah.
still have the airfield. There's other things we could do. You could tempt fate and take out another target.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
Yeah.
to. That's that. We get.
So-
this is our airfield is on the line. We got to take out
First
2
thing,
targets.
We've succeeded on connecting with our targets. So,
let's-
Miriam,
Let's fly through a storm of flak.
trigger enemy fire. So you hit the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
and just as that happens, just like a flak fire just opens up from a mobile AA unit there on the shoreline of the river. Your PO2 is hit by bullets or flak. Roll luck. On a 10 plus,
no.
the old girl's in one piece and you're fine.
Can I
On a
roll
7
the
to
luck?
9, she holds together and you choose 2 consequences. We have one in the pilot position. You can assist in the
Okay.
roll.
Well, I'll assist.
You're in this plane, yeah.
So
But
everyone-
you're the gutsy pilot here.
Everyone remember back in the first episode when I was like, oh, -1 luck. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
got 1 for the plane and 1 from your assist from your
So that's
co-pilot.
plus 0. No, that's plus
That's
1.
plus
Plus
1.
1. If we get hit, can I take the penalties for him?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
But also so can Neil.
5?
Plus 1.
No,
6.
that was with the plus 1.
And you used up all your mission pool to get you to the 10.
Yep. You wanted something terrible to happen.
I
On a
did.
miss, on a miss, the GM might choose 3 from the 7 to 9 list or something more horrific. You and your fellow airwoman are marked.
Give me a
Casualties on board split 5 harm between you however you like. Also triggers wheels down. Your plane is damaged. Also triggers wheels down. Another plane in your section goes down.
But wait, our plane is reliable. Can that personality counteract one of these 3 things?
No.
No.
It doesn't matter how reliable you are. You're made of wood and burlap, and you're being hit with bullets.
We're also made with hopes and prayers.
No, that's
We
not a
are.
construction material.
I mean, I might
the
be hoping
engineers
and
would
praying for
disagree with
something
you.
else. That's my
So-
problem.
I am picking 3 out of this. Casualties on board. You and your fellow airwomen are marked, and another plane in the section, the third one, goes down and crashes into the barn where the party was happening. Takes out the piano, everything. It's just,
the one Yulia was flying?
yeah. Yulia's plane goes down.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Yulia. Jesus.
So if you have the 2. Now the thing is, you're playing over there, Lyra. You're the Vidamia, and you can take one of those consequences I just mentioned onto yourself instead of it happening to the others, as I just mentioned. So the marking, the casualties, the plane going down.
Marking the casualties, the plane going down.
Casualties is 5 harm split between you.
I might take a wheels down. Potentially. No, it's a skill roll. Or the mark. I've got a few marks still.
I've got the mark. We have got that. We're good on
I've
that
still
end.
got
We
some
can-
space
we can-
on marks.
So do I. We're good. I'm good on that area. I can take that. I can't take the 5 wounds.
All right, let's maybe share premonition.
Are you taking the mark or are you taking the wounds?
I can take.
Because your fellow airwoman has told you they can't take the wounds.
I can't take
Oh,
the
you
wounds,
can't
but
take
I've
the
got-
wounds.
I've got the mark.
I can only
the
take
wounds-
2 before
the
I'm
wounds
toast
it's 5
too.
split up between. So 3 to 1, 2 to the other.
2 to you and 3 to your co-pilot. Your
She
NPC.
can only take 1.
But you're at 2 harm, so even 2 will take you out.
I can't take the harm. Is what I'm saying.
And you can't take the 4 because that would also take you out.
Yeah, we cannot take the harm.
But they can't either.
The
We're dying.
Okay, so what are the
well,
things?
you can take the harm. You'll just once again lose your mate in the plane. Like again,
like one of these, like not again.
and you will be marked because of that again.
All right. I mean, if that's our situation,
But I also want to
possibly...
encourage like this is what no, you won't be marked.
The three things that are happening is
you can go in the way of the bullet fire and you can take it, and that 5 harm can be split amongst the 4 of you.
So
rather than just the 2. Like
could
you can
I
take
do something
some
with
of that
enemy
bullet
fire?
So that 5 harm split between you however you like. As a Vidamia, rather than just take the consequence, I would let you split the 5 harm between 4, including the NPC in your plane.
Okay.
Instead of just one plane taking it all.
Okay.
So it could just be like one of you each get 1 harm.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah, it will still kill your NPC.
3, but...
Yeah, and she dies again. I keep losing people. All right, so I take 1 more harm then?
Yeah.
I think he said we all do.
Yeah, is that all right? That sounds
good.
Amicable.
So I took I took the mark.
You took the mark, embracing death.
Embrace death and face your final destiny is my last mark.
Yeah.
But I have a special move. It's called Transcendent Love.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Choose your one and only lover. Your bond is unshakable, and the first time you take the mark Embrace Death, you immediately get to erase it.
This isn't how I die. I'm meant to be
I'm
with
meant
you.
to be with this person. I can't die before we're together.
I love how it's completely unreciprocated.
Justin asked me to double down.
It just makes it.
Yeah.
Justin dared me to double down on that regard for Miriam. So
you're down to
Okay,
2
so
planes.
here we
One
are.
plane in your section has been down, Yulia, and you've all been
eraser.
riddled with bullets, and you're not going to die here. And what happens? Don't worry about erasers. Just scribble extra stuff down.
That's
right on top of it.
And what do you do?
I think we should go out with the blast. I think we should do another bombing run.
So tempt fate.
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What you
I'm
don't?
bleeding
do you
out of
have,
my
do you, what are you
jugular,
going to
but
use
let's
for a
do it.
payload?
Oh, we don't have a payload. Never mind.
Let's use our plane as a
I
payload.
would rather not do that.
Okay, let's not do that.
Do I have did I have a
You
payload
didn't
before
have a payload.
I
You
went
still have
down?
a payload.
I have a
Yeah.
payload.
All right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you
Switch
can
roles.
Yeah,
they
so
can be
I
okay.
signal
hit
to
the flare.
You don't have a pilot anymore.
You're
I
flying
don't.
solo.
Maybe we managed to
Dead.
do this before that pilot got hit.
All right, so tempt fate. No. This is going to happen by yourself.
Okay, this is
You
me.
can still
I'm
pilot
piloting.
from the
I'm
back
still
seat.
piloting.
You can still
It's
pilot from the
difficult,
back
but
seat.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
So I hand
So-
signaled that we're switching roles.
Yeah. And you roll your guts for tempting fate. Roll guts to tempt
Okay.
fate.
Is it? I see. Yeah, it is. Plus guts. Am I rolling?
Yep. No, this is specifically your leader who's calling for this change in
Okay.
plan. You're thinking of
10.
the order.
She rolled a 10.
13.
13.
No, you do it. So the flare goes out. The signal is understood, and you're going in. What's the new target? Because this is
didn't
you.
think
What
that
else do you
far.
want to take out? I've described there's
okay,
the AA batteries. There's the vans. There's some
Okay,
mobile.
so
Maybe some
let's-
sort
let's
of
get this.
command, something
There was-
command-based.
There was land troops that were coming in on the bridge,
Yeah.
and they were trying to help prepare the area for other planes, German planes, to land on our ship, right? So let's shoot down the German planes.
You don't have anything to shoot
there's-
with.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So
Right?
you said there's a artillery base.
There's like a mobile anti-aircraft artillery
Let's do
that has been
that.
set off on the coast of the river.
Let's do it.
And so that's the target we're going to take out. Going to continue to harass them.
Yep.
So someone give me a wayfinding roll, not the person doing the attack run.
5.
5. So on a miss, so the thing is you want to go for the cannon, but no one can tell you where to go. So you can still find the target, but not with these two.
So can I give it a go? Then?
Yeah, you can find it, but it's going to take you a couple circles. It's not about finding. You're not going to roll for it. You're just going to find
okay.
it late and by yourself.
Okay, I'll do that then.
So you
I'll
won't
be
be
the
able
one
to
who-
throw in an assist to throw yourself in the way of any harm. So you're flying with like,
I'm flying all
A dead
by myself.
body in the
A
front of
dead
your-
body in the front of my fucking
and you
plane.
just want to unclip the bomb and the payload. So roll guts.
You just rolled a 7.
I did. I rolled a 7, so that brings me up to 8.
So the damage to your target is not significant, and it's your fault. You fly through a storm of flak, triggering enemy fire. A plane in your section is damaged. You and your fellow airwoman are marked. Pick 2.
Take the mark, man.
I'll take a mark for sure.
Which mark do you take?
I will take. Let me see the marks. Just go with the premonition.
Okay.
Premonition.
You had a bad feeling about this.
I had a bad feeling about this the whole fucking time. And then the second one.
Fly through the storm of flak of
yeah.
the AA cannon you're attacking.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you're going to take out the AA cannon, and the payload is being dropped, and it's going to hit them. But meanwhile, you're also going through their attack. So
I gotta
roll
again,
luck.
Plus luck. 8.
You hold together and choose 2 consequences. You're marked again.
Oh, shit.
Casualties on board, split 5 harm. Your plane is damaged. You will take a wheels down later. Another plane in your section goes down.
I'll take my mark again.
And damaged. Riddled up plane.
Yeah, riddled up plane.
Okay.
And my plane is damaged.
Is
Maybe
Stalin's
on a medal I
North
didn't
Star
deserve,
damaged?
I guess.
North Star is not damaged.
Okay, so you are able to land back in the airfield. Last roll of the game. Wheels down. You return to the airfield having done it. Your co-airwoman is dead in the front pilot seat. You're trying to land this broken down bolt. What's the name of this plane?
Oh, fuck.
I don't think it has
Hail
any.
Mary.
Hail Mary. So you're trying to land the Hail Mary. If you land it, it's going to have this name. And you're trying to bring it down onto the airfield. The worst of the battle has fallen apart, and the Germans are running. They're retreating. The 518 has held them back. You've taken out the bridge and the cannon, and now you're coming in wheels down. Roll skill.
10.
No.
10.
No.
You're on the ground on one piece. Advance.
What?
Absolutely.
Boom, I get
take an
another
advance.
advancement too.
Take another advancement for the adventure roll.
Oh, man.
And, we forgot to hand out the medal at the briefing. Oh,
We
there
did.
was no briefing. You were attacked. There
We
was
were
a
attacked.
trap. So there's no time for a medal. We'll have to do the medal in the sequel. You all did very well tonight. You land haggard. I mean, you lost a few more over the night, but you took out quite a few yourself. You gave as much as you got, and and I think there's some of those men that you were that were making fun of you earlier today. They're holding their tongue in the morning because
You bet
in the
they
middle
are.
of the party, in your mixing dresses, like you weren't all even in uniform, you're all dressed up for a party. Ran to your planes, and out there in your skirts, you were
They were
dropping
damn
bombs.
good. Like a black pencil dress. Damn good.
Yeah, that's what they wore in 1942. Yes.
Something to the equivalent.
Yes,
of that.
it wasn't at all like in Russia, just like big folk, like country dresses. All right. We are going to record a debrief. It's going to sound a little weird because we're actually going to be recording it several weeks later in January. For you, it won't matter. But head over to patreon.com/Terrible Warriors right now. If you're a supporter of the debrief episodes, you can listen to our take on this game. I think we had a really interesting, cool time. This is such...
I had fun.
This game
It was
worked. I was
great.
really nervous going into it because I'd never played it. I hadn't even had a chance to play test it. It has a really nice flow between day and night, and there's a sense of tension all the time. There's just not enough time to save everything. And I honestly, Neil, I did not expect you to make it to the end. I didn't expect you to make it past you crashing in enemy territory. Everyone who serves with you has died. Everyone who served with the Sparrow has died. But
No, not everyone.
I would serve with the pigeon.
I'm honored.
Yes.
I totally thought I was toast as well. This is
Yeah, you were rolling it.
Like,
Like if you had rolled anything less and you had taken any more damage, you weren't wheels down. You would just been a
Oh.
fiery wreck
just
in
a
that.
fiery
I think
wreck.
we were a decent team, or at least
Oh,
you guys were a decent team, and I didn't hold you back
Instead of
too
taking,
far.
I ranked myself up. Instead of ranking myself up, I feel like I want to take a fucking regard for that goddamn plane.
take
That
the Hail
bitch is
Mary.
mine.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
totally
But you see how beneficial those regards are. Like,
Yeah.
do not like shirk them. They're arguably more beneficial than a stat upgrade.
Yeah,
because they can apply to so many different roles. We will break this down in our debrief. Hopefully we'll still remember when we record it. For now, I've been your GM, Justin Ecock, and I still have a character, Vera, so should you vote for this game to return to, I won't be the GM. Vera's going to come back from assignment, ready to find her husband. Jeez.
Ow, ow.
Boy, oh boy. And I have been joined here by the brave women of the 588. My Sparrow.
Joshua Barbeau from Cattle Grove Entertainment, playing Marina Tsetkova, a.k.a. Sparrow.
Our Owl.
Neil Tavares of Neil T Tattoos, playing Lyra Kazakova. Never mind. Kazakova.
You got it. And, of course, our Pigeon.
Miriam Pomalova finally redeemed herself, played by Joe Drummond.
Yes.
Absolutely. You're all heroes now.
We all redeemed ourselves
Until
here today.
next time. I don't know which game we're playing yet at the time of this recording, but we vote for it on our Patreon page, so I'm looking forward to it. It could be Paranoia, Joshua.
I'm ready.
It'll be fun times.
The computer is ready.
Yes! And until that time, we will see you next week with an all-new campaign, with an all-new round of players right here on the Terrible Warriors. And thank you for joining us. Be good to each other.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
That was awesome.
Do it. That was so much fun.
5:32.
The Terrible Warriors has new episodes out every Tuesday. And now that Night Witches is over, Patreon supporters at the $5 or higher level gain access to a special debrief episode, a bonus episode that we record after we're done playing our games. We break it down and talk about what we liked and what we didn't like, and it's a little extra episode just for you. We have also been running a poll to choose which game we're playing next, and the game you have chosen for the month of February, well, that's none other than returning to Alpha Complex for our time with your friend the computer. It's gonna be a fun time because fun is mandatory. All the hijinks begin next week. Follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors for all the updates on the show. Come join our Discord channel, where we're also running a number of listener gaming groups. You can come and play a game with us. Night Witches is published by Bully Pulpit Games and is written by Jason Morningstar. Today's Terrible Warriors are your women of the Night Bomber Regiment, the 588, the Night Witches. We're Joshua Barbeau, Neil Tavares, Joe Drummond, and Justin Ecock. And return to us next week for an all-new month and an all-new campaign with some familiar players. The friend computer calls. Right here on the Terrible Warriors.